Randall here from Bragging Rights Precision Reloading. Hope you're having a blessed day. Today I've had the privilege once again of testing a prototype die for Wayne Patrick at Mighty Armory. Wayne makes excellent dies, and he's developing new dies every day. He redefines everything there is to be said about precision and quality with his dies. I've got decapping dies from him. I've tested some of the sizing dies. Today I've got the privilege of testing a prototype for a seating die that he has come up with. Wayne always thinks outside of the box. His dies are toolless. One design that is excellent. The seating die that I'm testing today, if I understand him correctly, will seat everything from a 380 all the way up to a 45 caliber. You are able to change the heads out in it, which I'll show later in the video, for different calibers, and also different style bullet noses. Round nose, flat nose, split jacketed, and they do not leave marks on the nose of your bullet. Another way that Wayne's thinking outside of the box. You'll be able to change just the collet in it, or the head in it, to be able to change between calibers. So it's a really nice setup. My initial thought is, looking at his die as usual, is quality. Wayne prides himself on his quality and precision. Everything that he makes is American made, which is another nice quality. So the way the die works, I'm loading 45 ACP today. So you're going to set the die up at your maximum coal, which for a 45, your maximum COL is 1.275. So you would run the center out all the way up until you've got your bullet to seat at your maximum of 1.275. Once you have that set, you just simply lock your die down, make your adjustments for whatever your seating depth is for whatever you're loading for that day. The nice thing is, once you're finished with that, as long as you're still loading 45, or whatever caliber you're loading, the same caliber, if you want to change the different style of projectiles, you still have it adjusted for the maximum just by screwing this all the way up until it stops. And I'll show that here a little bit. Right now I have it set exactly where I want it. So we're going to proceed to just go ahead and load a few up. Everything so far has been very consistent with my measurements. Haven't had any issues. I've ran probably about 50 rounds through it so far. So far, everything is completely consistent. The nice thing is, I hope you can see this, so there's absolutely no marks on the nose of the bullet. That is what he was striving for, among other things, but mainly not to damage that. Okay, so now let's get down to why that is. This is the reason why. Is this head or bullet cup or whatever you would like to call it. They're all going to be made to fit the style of projectile nose that you're loading. These are just plain Jane round nose, designed to go right in that head. The heads, again, will be interchangeable. Again, all toolless design. Fits in there perfectly. I believe he said these are made out of knurled, I believe, on the material. So they're strong, but they're not going to damage anything. So now, oh my God, pulled the die out. Now I got to reset everything. Well, remember what I said earlier in the video. You're going to run this die all the way back to the top. And at least if you have a fixed bushing system, like the Hornady does, and some of the others, you're going to put it back in. And I had set this one just a tad above the maximum COL. So now you're at least right back to a base. .275 is it. Like I say, I had this one set just a little bit above. But it's nice just to be able to go back to a starting point and then adjust from there. As far as the threads go, you have fairly quick adjustments on it. And I figured out that a 32nd of a turn pretty much equals a thousandths, or just that. I've just taken a pencil and a straight edge, made a X across the top, that way I have a little bit of something to go by. It doesn't take long to set it back up. You're ready to work on it. You'll have to remeasure, but again, you would normally not mess with that setting unless you're changing out what you're loading. So overall, again, I think Wayne knocked it out of the park. This is going to be an excellent die. Again, this is a prototype. I've talked to Wayne, and the one thing we did talk about was putting a nut and an O-ring on the main shaft, so that way you can just finger tighten it down, and when you're running 1,000 rounds, on a progressive or whatever you're running, automated, it's just to make sure that it doesn't move. I don't think that it would in the first place, but an ounce of prevention. So Wayne, my hat is off to you once again. Another quality die. I can't wait to see the final product, and I can't wait to see your other type of dies that you're coming out. He's got a pretty good lineup coming out. Again, Randall, Bragging Rights Precision Reloading. Hope you have a blessed day.